Hare Krishna to all dear devotees. Please accept my humble obeisances. All goes to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namane Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Jai Shri Chaitanya Jai Nityananda Jai Advaita Chandra Jai Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jai Jai Shri Chaitanya Jai Nityananda Jai Advaita Chandra Jai Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jai Jai Shri Chaitanya Jai Nityananda Jai Advaita Chandra Jai Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. So today we are reading from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila chapter 3. Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu stays at the house of Advaita Acharya. Continuation from text 76. Text 76. Sri Advaita Acharya said, the amount of the food that 3 people can eat does not constitute even a morsel for you. In proportion to that, these edibles are not even 5 morsels of food for you. Text 77. Advaita Acharya continued, by my great fortune, you have just come to my home. Please do not jingle words. Just began eating and do not talk. Text 78. Upon saying this, Advaita Acharya supplied water to 2 lords so that they could wash their hands. The 2 lords then sat down and smiling began to eat the prasadam. Text 79. Nityananda Prabhu said, I have undergone fasting for 3 days continuously. Today I had hoped to break my fast. Text 80th. Although Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was thinking that the quantity of the food was enormous, Nityananda Prabhu, on the contrary, thought it is not even a morsel. He had been fasting for 3 days and had greatly hoped to break fast on that day. Indeed, he said, although I am invited to eat by Advaita Acharya, today also is a fast. So small a quantity of food will not fill even half my belly. Text 81. Advaita Acharya replied, Sir, you are a mendicant traveling on pilgrimage. Sometimes you eat fruits and roots, and sometimes you simply go on fasting. Text 82. I am a poor Brahman, and you have come to my home. Please be satisfied with whatever little food you have received and give up your greedy mentality. Text 83. Lord Nityananda Prabhu replied, whatever I may be, you have invited me, therefore you must supply as much as I want to eat. Text 84. His Divine Grace Advaita Acharya, after hearing the statement of Nityananda Prabhu, took the opportunity presented by the joking words and spoke to him as follows. Text 85. Advaita Acharya said, you are a rejected Paramahamsa and you have accepted the renounced order of life just to fill up your belly. I can understand that your business is to give trouble to the Brahmanas. Text 86. Advaita Acharya accused Nityananda Prabhu saying, you can eat 10 to 20 manas of rice. I am a poor Brahmana. How shall I get so much rice? Text 87. Whatever you have, though it may be a palmful of rice, please eat it and get up. Don't show your madness and steal the remnants of food here and there. Text 88. In this way, Nityananda Prabhu and Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ate and talked with Advaita Acharya jokingly. After eating half of each vegetable preparation given to him, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu abandoned it and went on to the next. Text 89. As soon as half of the vegetables in the pot was finished, Advaita Acharya filled it up again in this way. As the Lord finished half of the preparation, Advaita Acharya again and again filled it up. Text 90th. After filling a pot with vegetables, Advaita Acharya requested them to eat more, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, "How much more can I go on eating?" Text 91. Advaita Acharya said, "Please do not give up. Whatever I have already given you, now whatever I am giving, you may eat half and leave half." Text 92. In this way, by submitting various humble requests, Advaita Acharya made Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Lord Nityananda eat. Thus, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu fulfilled all the desires of Advaita Acharya. Text 93. Again, Nityananda Prabhu jokingly said, "My belly is not yet filled up. Please take away your food. I have not taken the least of it." Text 94. After saying this, Nityananda Prabhu took a handful of rice and threw it on the floor in front of him as if he was angry. Text 95. When two or four pieces of the thrown rice touched his body, Advaita Acharya began to dance in various ways with the rice still stuck to his body. Text 96. When the rice thrown by the Nityananda Prabhu touched his body, Advaita Acharya thought himself purified by the touch of the remnants thrown by the Paramahamsa Nityananda. Therefore, he began dancing. Text 97. Advaita Acharya jokingly said, "My dear Nityananda, I invited you, and indeed I have received the results. You have no fixed caste or dynasty. By nature, you are a madman." Text 98. To make me a madman like yourself, you have thrown the remnants of your food at me. You did not even fear the fact that I am a Brahmana. Text 99. Nityananda Prabhu replied, "These are the remnants of food left by the Lord Krishna. If you have taken them, if you take them to be a ordinary remnants, you have committed an offense." Text 100. Srila Nityananda Prabhu continued, "If you invite at least 100 sannyasis to your home and feed them simultaneously, your offense will be nullified." Thank you, Prabhuji.
Yeah, thank you, Madhya. 1 second. And because at 7 p.m. there's a call, Bhagavad Gita weekly call, so I just messaging them. So Premdam Prabhu, so he can join as himself. Okay. So it's an interesting section. It's a little fun section also, and there's a wonderful lesson also in this section. And it's a simple section today. Basically, what we heard in the context was uh, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, after taking sannyas, he was trying to go to Vrindavan, and then Nityananda Prabhu diverted him. Instead of going to Vrindavan, he diverted him to go towards uh, telling that it's a Yamuna river. He diverted to Ganges. So essentially, he instructed Advaita Acharya to take him to his home. So that way, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to Advaita Acharya's home, one of the home which is in Shantipur. Advaita Acharya had another home in Bengal also, in West Bengal also. But I mean Navadip, in the Navadip area. Shantipur is also in West Bengal. Yeah, so he took him to the West Shantipur, and Advaita Acharya also invited his mom to come, we discussed. But now Advaita Acharya's wife cooked a huge boga, and then Advaita Acharya offered that boga to Krishna, and then he invited Nityananda Prabhu and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to accept the prasadam. So that is the conversation where we were in. And then let me go to my book also so I can see the purport. Yeah. So 76 verse. Uh, Basically, Advaita previous verse he told that you are actually Jagannath. In Jagannath Puri, you eat so many meals a day, 54 times a day. So this is food that I'm offering you is nothing, like that it says. Because Lord Krishna is saying this is too much food for me, like that. Then, so that means at that rate, this is just like not even 5 morsels of food, whatever quantity of food I giving, like that is saying. So he said, by my great fortune, you came to my home. So please don't juggle words and waste time in talking, but please begin eating, like that. So then he gave them water to wash hands, both Nityananda Prabhu and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and they both sat down and smiling, they started eating prasadam in joyful way. So interestingly, this is the contrast. Previous verses, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saying, you are giving me so much prasadam. This is too much for me, like that, right? Now Nityananda Prabhu is the opposite. They're actually joking manner. Nityananda Prabhu and Advaita Prabhu joking with each other. What Nityananda Prabhu saying? Nityananda Prabhu saying, I have undergone fasting for 3 days continuously. Today I had hoped to break my fast. Meaning, he's making a sarcastic comment. Actually, I've been fasting for so many 3 days. I don't have enough food. Now you're giving me so little food. I cannot even break my fast, like that. Like that is saying. So now text 80, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, yeah, this is saying contrast. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is thinking the food is enormous. And Nityananda Prabhu is thinking that is just a morsel of food. So that is the distinction. So now, although I'm invited to eat by the Advaita Acharya, today also is a fast. So small a quantity of food will not even fill even half my belly, like that. Nityananda Prabhu is making statements. Then Advaita Acharya responds. How does he respond? Sir, you are a mendicant traveling on pilgrimage. Sometimes you eat fruits and roots, and sometimes you even simply go on fasting. Meaning, because you're traveling mendicate, you can even be stay without fasting also, it's okay. Eating little fruits and roots also is okay. You don't need to expect a whole bunch of opulent food, like that is saying. And he says, I'm a poor Brahmana and you came to my home. So please be satisfied with whatever little food you have received and give up your greedy mentality. Like that is jokingly talking to Advaita Acharya. Advaita is jokingly talking to Nityananda Prabhu. Now Nityananda Prabhu says, whatever I may be. That means Advaita Acharya is Prabhu is saying that you will actually Paramusa, you are traveling mendicant, like that. So then why are you uh, that means why are you not satisfied with getting some food? You should be satisfied with any food, like that is saying. So now Nityananda Prabhu is saying, I may be Paramahansa, I may be traveling mendicant, doesn't matter. But you invited me. So therefore you must supply food as much as I want to eat, like that is saying. And that's a loving exchange between those two. So now this will continue actually. Advaita Acharya, after hearing Nityananda Prabhu, he spoke further in joking way, saying that you are actually a reject Paramahansa. You accepted sannyas order just to fill up your belly. I can understand that your business is to give trouble to Brahmanas, like that he says. This verse is a longer purport by Prabhupada. Prabhupada is saying there sometimes there's a difference of opinion between Smarta Brahmanas and Vaishnava Goswamis, it seems. So, Nityananda Prabhu is calling Nityananda Prabhu as Brashta Avaduta or Paramahansa, Advaita Acharya. By calling him like that, he's saying Nityananda Prabhu has nothing to do with Smarta Brahmanas rules, like that. He is well above higher stages of sannyas order, like that. So, even externally, Nityananda Prabhu or Paramahansa may appear like sense gratifier, but we should understand they are well above that stage. So like that, Advaita Acharya Prabhu actually is accepting that Nityananda Prabhu is a higher stage, Paramahamsa stage, even though he's jokingly saying like this, that you are rejected sannyas, like that, all that. So that's what Prabhupada is conveying us, so we don't take a wrong meaning by mistake. So then, Nityananda Prabhu also belonged to Madhva Sampradaya. He did not belong to any other Tantrika Sampradaya of Bengal. Somebody thinks like that, it seems. Prabhupada is clarifying that point. Now, 86th verse, Advaita Acharya accused Nityananda Prabhu saying, you can eat 10 to 20 manas of rice. 1 mana of rice is 4 kgs, it seems, in the purport Prabhupada is saying. That means you can eat up to 40 to 80 kgs of rice. I'm a poor Brahmana. How shall I get so much rice? So now he's saying, whatever you have, though it be a palm full of rice also, please eat it and get up. Don't show your madness and strew the remnants of food here and there. Like whatever I give you, you accept. Be satisfied with that, he's saying. So then Nityananda Prabhu and Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu jokingly ate and also jokingly talked with Advaita Acharya Prabhu, like this it seems. And interesting to see the way of serving guests. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu finishes, remember in the earlier section, we heard how there's a huge heap of rice and there was ghee inside in the middle, and there were different vegetable pots kept all around the plate, like that we heard, right? So whenever half of each vegetable prep is completed by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu goes on to the next vegetable, it seems. So this host, Advaita Acharya, is actually being observant. How is it going? So as soon as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu finishes half of the vegetable, he fills it up again, it seems. That way, Lord Chaitanya finished half of preparation, Advaita Acharya again filled it up, like that, it seems. So that way, he's making sure that the guest has enough food to eat, like that. He wants to serve Lord Chaitanya like that. And now, Advaita Acharya requested, whenever he fills up like that, he says, please have, like that. He is asking Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, how much more can I go on eating, like that? Then Advaita Acharya Prabhu says, okay, please do not give up whatever I have already given you. Now, whatever I am giving, you may eat half and leave half, like that. That means so far I refilled so many times, right? That is saying don't give it up. But whatever I'm giving you now, you can eat half and leave half, like that. Uh, then uh, Advaita Acharya, by humble request like this, he made Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu eat prasadam like that. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu fulfilled all the desires of Lord Advaita Acharya. What are the desires of Advaita Acharya? That Chaitanya Mahaprabhu should eat his home and eat sumptuously all the offerings that he's giving, like that. That is the desire here in this context. So Nityananda Prabhu again jokes again with Advaita Acharya. My belly is not yet filled up. Please take away your food. I have not taken the least of it, like that. Then Nityananda Prabhu takes a handful of rice and throws it on the floor in front of him, it seems. As if like he's angry, like that. Then some pieces of that thrown rice, which is thrown to the ground, touches the body of Advaita Acharya. And Advaita Acharya is so happy that remnants of a Vaishnava, Paramahamsa like Nityananda Prabhu, his remnants touch his body. So he begins to dance in various ways with the rice stuck to his body, it seems. So next verse has longer purport. Prabhupada's writing, we'll discuss that. So when Nityananda Prabhu's rice, that Nityananda Prabhu threw the rice uh, that touched his Advaita Acharya body, he thought he's purified by the touch of Maha Prasadam of Nityananda Prabhu, like the Paramahamsa Nityananda Prabhu. That is why he began dancing. So this is the value of Maha Prasadam and Mahaprasadam. That's what Prabhupada emphasizes in this purport very much. Basically saying Nityananda Prabhu as Avaduta is above all the rules and regulations. But Advaita Acharya considers himself like a Smartha Brahmana. That means those Brahmanas who care about rules more than actually purpose of rules, actually. But we try to ensure we are in the consciousness to please Krishna more than following rules, right? But Smartha Brahmanas, for them, rules are everything. So he considered himself like a Smartha Brahmana. Actually, he's not. He's a Vaishnava, actually. But he considered like that, in humility. Then he thought when the remnants, Mahaprasad of Nityananda Prabhu touched him, he became purified of the Smartha contaminations, like that. So Prabhupada writes that Mahaprasadam, that means remnants of a pure devotee, are very, very helpful. And that remnants are not ordinary and is identified with Lord Vishnu, it seems. That means not different from Krishna, basically, prasadam. So then our speech master also, we should consider him to be on the level of Paramahansa and beyond the jurisdiction of Varnashma institution, Prabhupada writes. That means any remnants, any Mahabharat prasadam left by spiritual master and similar Paramahamsas or pure Vaishnavas are purifying for us. So even if we touch it, it's purifying. Our mind is purified and we're raised to the status of a pure Brahmana, like that Prabhupada is writing. So this Advaita Acharya statements like this are meant for ordinary people to understand the value of Maha Prasada of spiritual master and Vaishnavas, pure Vaishnavas, like Paramahamsa Vaishnavas, like that. Now, 97th verse, he's saying Advaita Acharya was joking again. What is he saying? My dear Nityananda, I invited you, and indeed I have received the results. You have no fixed caste or dynasty. By nature, you are a madman. Basically, the madman is in the word to indicate actually is a transcendentally situated Paramahamsa. Because Nityananda Prabhu always remembered Radha Krishna and their service. That was his transcendental madness, Prabhupada writing in the purport. Now, he says, to make me a madman like yourself, you have thrown the remnants of your food at me. You did not even fear the fact that I am a Brahmana. To make me a madman means to make me also a devotee with the transcendental madness like that. Prabhupada has a purport for this verse. Prabhupada is describing that Nityananda Prabhu gave his remnants like that to situate him in pure as a pure unalloyed Vaishnava or Paramahamsa like that. So that means he's transcendently situated. So and another important point Prabhupada makes is a pure Vaishnava actually accepts the Mahaprasadam as spiritual. It doesn't see it like ordinary dal and sabji or rice like that. He sees it as a spiritual substance. That means it's very valuable. It's mercy of Lord like that. So now, not only remnants left by pure Vaishnava, but even if the prasadam offered to the Lord, even if it's touched by Chandala, still it's very valuable. It's not polluted, is being written. Prabhupada is writing the purport. So by eating Mahaprasadam like that, Mahaprasadam or Mahamaprasadam. Mahaprasadam means what is offered to Krishna directly. Mahamaprasadam means that offered prasadam to Krishna when it's given to pure devotee, then we take the remnants of that. So we can become freed of contaminations of our material condition. So the last two verses, Nityananda Prabhu says, now, remember he said, when you're throwing the food, you do not even consider me that I'm a Brahmana like that. So Nityananda Prabhu is responding to that point. Nityananda Prabhu says, these are remnants left by Krishna. If you take them to be ordinary remnants, you have committed an offense. That's how he's indicating. That means it's an offense by considering this prasadam of Krishna as ordinary remnants like that is describing. Nityananda Prabhu. So this is an important lesson for us also. In Prabhupada writes in the purport, referring to Brihad Vishnu Purana. He's saying that Mahaprasadam we should not consider it as ordinary, like ordinary rice and ordinary dal like that. So he's saying there's no dualistic conception with prasadam. Prasadam is transcendental, so beyond material things like that, and it is equal to is similar to the body of Lord Vishnu, which body of Lord Vishnu doesn't have any transformation, right? It is not material. Like our body is material with gross body, it can transform. Like in Bhagavad Gita, we hear about 6 stages our body goes through, like that. But prasadam is not like that. But if we think it's ordinary, then we are making an offense that makes us go to hell like that. That's what Prabhupada writes in the purport, referring to Brihad Vishnu Purana. So the last verse for today, Nityananda Prabhu says, so in the previous verse, he alerted him, don't consider prasadam like ordinary, it's an offense like that. Now he's saying, how we can get rid of the offense, he's saying. You should invite at least 100 Vaishnavas to your home and then feed them sumptuously. Then your offense will be nullified, like that Nityananda Prabhu is saying. We'll hear more in the next session. Advaita Acharya. This is all joking conversation between Nityananda Prabhu and Advaita Acharya. So we'll end there. We'll continue in next session. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Let's offer business devotees. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kapasundubhyevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namaha. Thank you so much, devotees. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.